It had been a quiet offseason in the Senlaw football coaching carousel. That was until St. Mary's parted ways with Kedron Seastrong after just 2 seasons. After an extensive interview process, the Tigers landed on Jacob Carruth as his successor. I spoke with Carruth at his introduction on what led him to Natchitoches and how he plans on bringing St. Mary's back to prominence. Alongside the new head coach for the St. Mary's Tigers, Jacob Carruth, you just had the chance to introduce yourself to parents and players and family. Take me through what today's been like.
It's been a busy day. This has been my first day on campus, and so kind of trying to get the feel for everything, figure out where my office is, get the right keys to everything. So it's just kind of been a whirlwind of a first day. But it was really exciting to get to meet everybody, the parents and the players, community members. The energy feels really good here. They seem to be excited, and I'm really excited to get started.
What are some of those early conversations like, talking to some players and some family you meet for the first time and now they're trusting you, something you mentioned in your introductory speech?
Yeah, it's just a great level of excitement. I think the kids are ready to get to work. I think they're eager to put in the work that it takes to be successful, and I'm ready to get started as well. I think that there's a lot of potential in this group. We're ready to see what happens.
A few years as a head coach at Catholic Point Capee and North Central. What about your background makes you a good fit here with St. Mary's?
I think if you go about things the right way, you can be a good fit anywhere. Ultimately, my job is to care about these kids and prepare them to be good men, good husbands, good fathers, prepare them for life after high school. So while we are going to win a bunch of games in the process, we're really going to be focused on how we do things and raising these young men up to be prepared for life after school.
And this is one of the few programs in our Central Louisiana area that has a state championship to their names. There's high expectations here. How do you embrace that?
With the level of support that St. Mary's has, they deserve to have those high expectations. I want to be at a program that has high expectations because I want to win as well. So if you find yourself as a coach at a school that doesn't have those expectations, you're going to have a hard time being successful. Hopefully we can fulfill on those expectations, and I'm ready to get to work.
And this is a team that's coming off a playoff win. It's one of the best rushing offenses, in this area. Is there a certain kind of game plan or style that you're fit, or do you kind of fit the personnel that you have?
Well, it's going to depend on the personnel. I've watched a little bit of film on the team from last year, so starting to get an idea of what everybody can do, but you never really know until you start working with them. I have my base offense that I've been running. But it changes based off the personnel we have, whether we have more tight end bodies or receiver bodies, if we have a quarterback that's more of a thrower or a runner, what does the offensive line look like? So all those different aspects play a role in determining what we're going to do. But at the end of the day, we're going to put up a lot of points.
This summer starting for you guys with 7-on-7, you eventually put on the pads in a few weeks. What does the start of summer kind of look like for you guys as you start implementing your program, where you're starting to meet these kids and put your system into place, and you're going to have to start playing games in 3 months? So how do you kind of ramp up that process?
You just focus on the fundamentals. Tomorrow we're having our first 7-on-7 practice. Meet the team tonight, practice tomorrow morning. And we'll just start doing our base installs, making sure that we get perfect at what we do. And it takes as long as it takes to get all of our installs in. We want to be perfect and be able to execute at a high level in everything that we do. We're going to have a clear identity by the time the season gets here. Now, how long it takes us to figure out exactly what that is, we're going to take our time and make sure that we've got it right.
And lastly, Natchitoches is a football town. There's people around here that will see St. Mary's football and they can get excited about that. What is your message to the community of why there's a good reason to be excited about St. Mary's football?
St. Mary's is going to win a bunch of football games. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to be physical. We're going to get back to the dominant St. Mary's football program that people are used to seeing. So if you're a football player in the area, St. Mary's is the place to be.